Jack, you had such a fantastic season last year. Has it whet your appetite even more to win a major tournament with England?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's something that I just got asked actually. So what's next? You know, after the season that I had with City, it was obviously an unbelievable season, one of the best of my career, especially in the second half of the season. You know, when I was playing a lot more, I'm playing with confidence, and yeah, I think, you know, now we have. I think the perfect team, you know, obviously a perfect manager, you know, guiding us, and I think it's something that we need to do. You know, we've come close, you know, now on two occasions, and I feel like we're just getting better and stronger. And I think, you know, you look at the players that we have in our team. I think there's quite a few that could play, you know, for I think any club in the world or any international team in the world. So yeah, I think that would obviously be next on the list, hopefully.
How difficult is it, coming off the back of such a successful season, to hit those heights again? And what's your mindset going into these two games?
Yeah, do you know what? It is. I don't mean this to sound like weird, but it obviously is difficult in a way, because, you know, you have such a high of winning a treble, and then you do think, like, you know, what would ever like top that? Obviously doing something, you know, at international level would definitely, you know, would. But then even at club level, you think, what would top it? And then you think, I don't know, maybe to win all four, including the Carabao Cup, but we went out of that last week. And then you'd probably think, to do an invincible season, but we obviously got beat. So, yeah, we obviously, you know, to do what we done last year would be unbelievable again. And, you know, to like I just said, you know, to do something at international level with this group of players would be unbelievable. And yeah, my mindset, you know, going into this week, obviously I was gutted, you know, to miss out last month with my injury, but, you know, I feel I even had a chat, you know, with the manager at the start of the week, and I still feel like I'm just building my fitness a little bit. You know, obviously we had the start of the season, and then I had the injury for 4 weeks and lost a bit of fitness. So now I just want to get back fit and get back playing with full confidence, and, you know, hopefully I can play a part in the next two games.
First one to Jack. You considered there was a potential of you coming to Tottenham a while back, and now Ange Postecoglou and Tottenham unbeaten this season. He's just given a rousing speech to the Socceroos, of course, the former Socceroos manager, telling them to go and make the moment of take their chance at Wembley and knock England off their perch. What have you made of him and what he's achieved, and has it given you a new respect really for Australian soccer?
Yeah, I didn't actually see that he'd been to speak to him, actually. But no, I think they've been brilliant, you know, to start the season the way that they have, and the football that they're playing. I think I think they've been brilliant, and, you know, yeah, they're coming into this international break top of the table. I obviously knew that he was a good manager, you know, from his Celtic days, but, you know, to come and do it in the Premier League is, you know, probably a little bit tougher. But yeah, I feel like he's been brilliant for them, and I think, you know, even over the years, we've all seen, you know, so many good Australian players, you know. So I think there's always, you know, had that respect there, and obviously, you know, it would be nice to play them at Wembley tomorrow.
And do you hope the England fans can be a little bit more patient with your manager when he's tinkering in these friendly games, preparing for a tournament? Because how much do you all learn as a team with those?
Yeah, I think, you know, he obviously has one of the hardest jobs in the world, I think. But, you know, I think whatever he does sometimes, you know, I think all of us nowadays, whatever we do, you know, people will have something to say. And yeah, obviously, you know, it's difficult because obviously we have a friendly and then we have a qualifier. So I'm sure the England fans, you know, will be patient in that sense, and I think it'll be obviously a perfect night tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
And Gareth, a question of Jack, because he's on the top table with you. match day -1, so it shows what he means to you in his team. How much has he solidified his seniority among your top men in your squad?
Well, he's grown as a player. He's always been a fabulous talent, and I've always got to be careful here not to upset the Villa fans again, haven't I? But you know, that I think moving to a club where he had to win every week, the pressure was on to win every week, the demands of his coach. So you develop different attributes. You become a more rounded player, and those experiences are with him now. So he's got great experiences with us, great experiences with his club. He brings, as he's been tonight, you know, we've got different personalities in our squad, and characters like Jack, like James Maddison, the sort of creative types, Trent. We've got a lot of lads that view the world differently, that see different pictures, that see the game differently. That's what makes a team, that's what makes a squad. So, you know, we love working with him. He's brutally honest about his performances. Sometimes I think he's a bit hard on himself. But he's different to... We've got depth in that wide position, but he's different to all those other wide players we've got.
Jack, just on the same subject really to you, have you seen the documentary at all? I don't know how aware you were of what David went through, or how you think it might have changed in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I watched it. I loved it actually. I thought it was really good. I obviously was quite young back then. I was like, what, 2 or 3 or something. So I obviously didn't realise, like what he went through, and I didn't realise how famous he actually was. I think it's a lot different nowadays in different ways, because now we have, I don't know, like when I watched that, I felt like there was a lot more, like everywhere he went there'd be like cameras in your face or people waiting in certain, do you know what I mean? Whereas nowadays I don't really think we have that, because, you know, fans can say what they want, like on social media, if that makes sense. Whereas looking at that documentary, it felt like people would go to like where he is, or whether it be, you know, paparazzi or I don't know, newspapers or even fans. It felt like it was a bit more full on. Whereas nowadays you can, if you're a player, you can not hide a little bit, but you know, you can just, I suppose, delete your social media, can't you, if you don't really want to read anything. So yeah, I just feel like it's a bit the same but different.